Peak Design calls this the world's finest charger. And honestly, I think I might believe them. This is the new Qi2 version of the Peak Design Wireless Charging Stand, and it's absolutely incredible. The design is simple, clean, and elegant. The body is made of aluminum, with silicone used to cover the top charging pad, as well as on the bottom to prevent slipping on a surface. It comes exclusively in this all-black color, with a simple logo at the front bottom corner. While the branding may not be for everyone, it's simple and clean, and I think the Peak Design logo is one of the cooler ones out there personally. The charger has a very solid hinge. You can see it takes some effort to adjust it, which allows you to position it at any angle, and it goes at a full over 180 degrees of range, from all the way closed to more than 180 degrees on the opposite side. The ability to close flat allows you to transport it or store it, and also allows you to charge a wireless device that doesn't have magnetic functionality built in. Brilliantly, when they designed the product, they did so that there is just enough of a gap where the charging cable that plugs into the charger at the top can escape through the sides when you have it completely closed, allowing it to function when it is in its closed position. This is what allows you to take advantage of charging something that cannot magnet on while still getting all the benefits of having a MagSafe type Qi2 magnet on there as well. Just one call out though is if you have the cable run directly straight back, you do have to be careful because closing it blindly could result in a kink in your cable. Make sure that you pull it off to one side or the other to avoid any accidental cable destruction. I think my favorite thing about this charger is its simplicity. It's not trying to do too much. It's just an incredible charger and nothing more. Every time I look at charging stands lately, it seems like they're all trying to charge 14 different devices at once with a whole bunch of arms and different things every which way. This one is a simple, single magnetic charger that does it better than any I've seen before. It's part of Peak Design's Slimlink family of mobile accessories. This means that it works great with the Peak Design mobile case that I have on both my old iPhone 14 Pro as well as my new iPhone 16 Pro, and I've been using it for multiple years and I absolutely love it. You can see it get talked about in a review I do of the mobile wallet, which also covers some basics of the case as well. It's also fully MagSafe compatible, which means that if you don't have the dedicated case, any iPhone 12 or later will work just as well as any specific MagSafe case, not necessarily one from Peak Design, just anything that's got those MagSafe magnets in it. Finally though, it's also fully Qi2 compatible. This means that you'll get the higher speeds that the new charging standard provides, and as Android phones adopt this new standard in the coming years, which is pretty much inevitable, they too will work seamlessly with this charger. So if you want to talk about a future-proof product that can be on your desk for years to come, this is it. Using the wireless charging stand is incredibly natural, as you've already seen me do a couple times. You simply take your phone, pop it on in either portrait or in landscape mode, and you're pretty much good to go. Charging begins immediately, and that's it. When you're ready to remove it, you can do it with just one hand, which is really, really cool. This combination is pretty impressive. The magnetic hold is strong enough that you can pick up the whole thing very easily. You can see it's really on there. Yet the hinge is stiff enough that with just a little tilt upwards, you can remove your device with one hand without the charger moving at all. It's truly magic. Now, I mentioned before that the charger has over 180 degrees of mobility, but I think this deserves a deeper dive because this product has a lot of possibilities that I don't even think Peak Design really calls out, so I wanted to make sure that I highlighted them here. In addition to this serving on your desktop as a charger, which I think is how I'm going to use it, and I think is a very obvious way to take advantage of such a great product, you could also mount this thing in a variety of different locations. Now, it's not designed to be mounted. There's not any mounting hardware or anything like that, but I'm seriously considering getting another one of these and mounting it underneath cabinets in my kitchen for holding devices at eye level when cooking. So if you think about that and you have it mounted upside down and we get some way to secure it here, because it can go beyond 180 degrees, actually it doesn't even need to go to 180 degrees, but because it can go like that, you'll be perfectly at eye level and give you the flexibility that you need to be able to use it while you're cooking. So you could just throw your phone up there, put a recipe on it, put a show on it, put a music controller on there, have Spotify up, whatever you need to do. Plus, interestingly, because the Peak Design logo is the same upside down as it is right side up, it won't even look unnatural, which is kind of cool. So it won't look out of place as you're hanging it up. And at any time, you'd always be able to fold it up and have it be out of sight so that you wouldn't even really know that it's there. I could see it totally working upside down like that, but I could also see it mounted sideways in a workshop setting or something like that, where you could then pull it out from the wall or from a cabinet or some other system, giving you even more flexibility there. Obviously, there's all sorts of possibilities, and I think what they did is made a really simple but really versatile product, which I can very much appreciate. My only usability complaint doesn't actually have to do with Peak Design. I've been testing this product on my desk, and during the day, I'll often put my phone in landscape mode, and I'll have a video playing on it. Then, if I pause my video and my phone winds up locking, it goes into Apple's standby mode. Now, the only way to get out of standby mode currently is to either remove your phone from the charger or, while it's on the charger, put it right side up. Either way, it's a pain, and I've wound up just turning standby completely off. This is really just an Apple issue, but it is the only frustration that I've had when testing this product out, and the only thing that I wish was not there. From a functionality and features perspective, the biggest point here is that this new version is Qi2 certified. Now, this new wireless charging standard increases charging speeds and makes MagSafe-like alignment magnets standard. So for longtime Peak Design fans, this actually results in an interesting change. Now, the original Slimlink, this is my iPhone 14 here, used a set of magnets that were in a square. So it had 4 strong magnets at each corner, and those were used for alignment in 2 different orientations, either in portrait or in landscape. Now with the new Qi2 standard, Peak Design has to adopt the circular magnet layout that's found in iPhones with Apple's MagSafe functionality. That means that the magnet pattern on the Qi2 version differs from those older accessories. In this case, it doesn't cause any major issues with the hold. As you can see, if I put the old one on there, it still holds just fine, it comes off just fine, but it is not quite as strong as the new iPhone 16 case, which does have circular magnets within it. The good news on this front is that Qi2 now standardizes this round magnet shape, meaning that compatibility should be consistent for the foreseeable future across iPhones, Androids, and whatever else you may be using. So anything in the future should work great, and even if you have some of those older accessories, they'll still work, just slightly worse. Plus, for what it's worth, you can even charge newer AirPods Pro 2 that are MagSafe compatible, which, I mean, come on, that's pretty cool. From a charging speed perspective, Qi2 means that the new version of the stand will charge twice as fast as the original, moving from 7.5 watts to 15 watts. Importantly, as I discussed in my recent MagSafe video, this cannot reach the 25 watt speed that the iPhone 16 lineup can reach with the new MagSafe pucks. However, 15 watts is still totally respectable, and most people won't be disappointed with how fast this thing charges. On top of those solid speeds, Peak Design's charger also has an interesting approach to heat management. In testing, I noticed that no matter how long I was charging a phone, the charger didn't seem to get hot, and neither did my phone. It never seemed to get more than just slightly warm to the touch. This was particularly impressive as MagSafe and other wireless chargers are known to get really hot, which can be concerning as it could negatively impact your battery health on your phone. As I thought about this, I suspected that maybe this metal frame was serving as a bit of a heat sink and helping to dissipate the heat away from the charger and make sure that it gets rid of it more efficiently. It wasn't until after I started putting that into this script that I realized that they actually call this out on the product page. So it was an intentional design decision, and it seems to be really working here. I didn't notice any problems with heat, and no matter how long I charged, it never got more than a little bit warm, which is really cool to see. Aside from the physical charger, in the box is a 2-meter long, or about 6 feet, USB-C to USB-C cable. However, there is no included power adapter. If you need one, and you want to maintain the design aesthetic that Peak Design has, they do sell one for $20. However, my personal choice is getting one from Anker, which offers both cheaper and smaller 20-watt chargers like this Anker Nano that even comes in this beautiful little blue color. Kind of matches the channel themes here. The box also includes 3 of these adorable branded cable clips that have a tiny bit of VHB tape on the back and can be used to route your cable wherever you position it. Just note that VHB tape is pretty permanent, so measure twice, stick once. Finally, let's talk about value and pricing. The new Qi2 version of the Peak Design charger is $80. It's a premium price point, but it does come with a lot of benefits. Some of those differentiators include a beautiful metal design, incredible ease of use with one-handed operation that's hard to find in a lot of their competitors, excellent compatibility, whether that's with the existing Peak Design Slimlink mobile lineup or just any other MagSafe or Qi2 product now or in the future. And finally, it's a Peak Design product, which if you're not familiar means that it's truly built to last. You can tell from this metal construction, this thing's gonna hold up, and it's also guaranteed for life. You can even resell a Peak Design product on their marketplace, on their website, if you wind up wishing to go in another direction. And the product is climate neutral certified, which I desperately wish that more companies would emphasize. On the potential deal breaker side of things, $80 is a lot for a charger. For some, this will be a complete non-starter. For others, it may be a reach, and depending on your budget, it may be totally reasonable that this doesn't make sense. However, saving for something that will last like this may make more sense than buying and then rebuying cheap chargers every few years. The second big deal breaker is that this charger only supports one device at a time. This is a preference of mine, as I mentioned. I don't like those crazy all-in-one chargers out there. However, if you're someone who wants to charge your headphones, watch, or other devices at the same time, this particular product probably isn't for you. From a deal breaker perspective, that's really all I could come up with. Now, you could argue that it's not the most portable, you may want some color options, maybe you're upset about the lack of a power adapter in the box, but these are all either really subjective or just doubling down on the price deal breaker. Overall, I think this is a near perfect product. It accomplishes exactly what I want, is incredibly user-friendly, and it should last for a very, very long time to come. In case you're not convinced, here is a list of competitors that I pulled together. They range in price, but are all relatively simple in design, with charging for either 1 or at most 2 devices at a time. They all must be Qi2 and from what I'd consider a reputable brand. Which of these stand out to you? Let me know down in the comments and I might feature it in a future video. If you decide you want to pick up the Peak Design charger for yourself, there's affiliate links in the video description that you can use to support the channel. I'll also provide links down there for the various competitors as well so that you can shop around and feel confident in your purchase decision. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.